Okay, having problems getting on camera here. Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for those who watch the replay. My name's Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, budding astrologer. Learned that there's more than one way to put on a bra today. Yes, I did. What does that have to do with astrology? Probably nothing, but I thought it was quite interesting of a conversation this morning that I heard. It was on the radio, so I was going to pick up my Starbucks, and it came up different ways of putting on your bra. Did you know that there's more than one way to put your bra on, and that women put it on differently? It was a thought that I never really thought about, but yep. Sometimes people, if they have the class, they put it on in the front and then they scooch it around and then they shake the girls in and then put the straps on and shake the girls in. Others just, put it on and they put it all on and then they, clasp it up in the back. Some jump into it, and they pull it up. Put 2 feet in, and then they pull it up like a pair of pants. I don't know. That wouldn't work for me because they'd have to go over a lot of hips. My bra just wouldn't work. And and so there's just so many different ways to put on a bra. It was a learning time for me this morning. And I was laughing my head off because I'm just like, oh, okay. Thoughts that you didn't think that you'd have that now you have, and you just never realized how much women have to go through, and a discussion women have on how we get dressed in the morning. Guys probably don't. Who knew? Guys probably don't even ask that question. How do you put your underwear on? Well, just put both legs in and pull it on up. You don't think, do you shake things around? Do you move anything? Because I know, when you have bigger boobs, you got to shake them in. You got to make sure they're placed right? Because you could have one going off this way, one going this way, if you're not placing them into the proper position. So placement of boobs is important. How did you come across that? I was just listening to the radio this morning. That's all I was doing. And it was on. I was like, oh, this is so interesting. Love it. I mean, you got to have those kind of conversations because they make you laugh. And then they make you think. There's kind of those thoughts that just make you like, really? And it just allows that, these are things that women have to consider. Men don't have to consider about it. Well, maybe some men have to put on a bra. But, these are things that women, and then you got training bras. What are we training? That's what I always wanted to know. What are we training? Right? Good morning, everybody. I wanted to know what we were training. That was the thing, because, it's like, what are we training them to stand at attention and maybe not fall down to our knees? Maybe that's what we're training them to do. I don't know. all of these things that we have to do and prepare for as women are just utterly, if you think, are just utterly just absurd at times, and then the idea of all these different bras and you have to have, here, I gotta wipe my screen off because I just noticed it's so dusty. And I feel, but all these things that, like, I don't know. Like I've seen some looking at, shopping for bras is never a moment of like, yeah, we're going shopping for bras. It's not like, yeah, let's go shopping for shoes. I mean, it's not an occasion of it being thrilled. I mean, once we get a nice bra and we're wearing it, it's just like, but then we wear it to death. And why are they so expensive? Because sometimes there's not a lot of material on them. So sort of things like that. These are now, my thoughts are going on into a whole different direction on the things women, they're, for a lot of us, they're a necessity. I mean, if we're not wearing them, I mean, sometimes you get backache and everything else. So it's a relief to put it on and a relief to take the fucking thing off and just let everything fly. So there we go. Opening conversation. Bras. And what does that have to do with anything right now? Probably nothing, but it was just an interesting conversation to have. So today, oh my goodness gracious, if you listen to my scope yesterday, talking about where everything is landing, and I was speaking to a friend who's an Ayurvedic astrologer, and she said, well, in Ayurvedic astrology, they're predicting that China is going to be the source of World War III. And I went, what? Really? Okay. Well, I knew China because I've written about China. I've talked about China before. But where they're pushing down on India and the borders of India right now. And she goes, not much press is being played on it because nobody wants to pay any attention to it. Nobody wants to give it energy. Like they'd rather put energy on other things that maybe, that's going to sell the news. But this is where the eclipse is going through is going to cause more disruptions. And same with where Beijing got 100 more cases, and then they're shutting down Beijing. So there's things that I feel are being hidden. So there's a lot of stuff being hidden right now, and we're not seeing the full facts. And now you got to remember that Mercury's in Cancer. So when Mercury is in water, we're not always getting everything out, and not everything is going to go as fast or as forward as what we want it to go. Plus, Cancer is a cardinal sign. It is a sign of, like the rushing water. Let's get through things. Let's go through things and lead on. It's not like Scorpio. Scorpio is more, when you look at Scorpio is stillness. Scorpio is fixed. So it's the bigger, broader of water. And if you think of Pisces could be like the Easter, the steam, the mist of it all. That's another way of looking at the water signs. So this energy that's coming in, it's like there's the information we're not going to be seeing. And we can't really see Venus, even though Venus is up in the sky in the early morning, but you can't see her yet. She's not at her full brightness. And that isn't until the sun moves away, has to be at least 10 degrees away from her. And the sun is never more than that away from Venus in order for her brightness to come in. And so with that, and this is usually a day that with the sun going in and with the nodes going there and Venus retrograde is usually a day of heavy breakups. Like this is a day of, if you've, it's like the camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. This is like a breakup day, like before the summer solstice and the eclipses and stuff like that. Usually there's a lot of breakups. There's a lot of heavy emotions coming in through today. And so something triggers the energy to say, I'm done. I no longer am dealing with this relationship or working with this relationship. So you're done. And so you'll find, a lot of people talking about breakups, or they broke up with their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, whoever it is, artificial intelligence, I don't know, but bringing in, a lot of breakups today. And this is the intensity of Mercury retrograde, because she is becoming stationary. So she's going, and I'm just pulling this up now. So Venus is at 5 degrees. So she is stationary. This is the furthest that we've ever seen Venus in retrograde. Okay. So every 8 years she goes retrograde in Gemini, and every year she goes 3 degrees back a little bit further, So at 5 degrees, we've never really felt 5 degrees retrograde Venus. So in feeling this is really us feeling this vibration in Gemini and getting us to look at a lot more, because we also have the sun at 28 degrees right now. It's 28 degrees. It's going to go to 29 and then start dipping into Cancer tomorrow and start bringing in that energy of the new season of Cancer, of the new season of going into the summer solstice. And with the eclipse coming in, the moon's at 9 degrees Gemini too. So there's a lot of Gemini energy in the air, and that can bring in fun. It's funny because one's at 28, 29 degrees and one's at 9 degrees. So 20 degrees difference in energies there. But, and the moon is, or the nodes are at 29 degrees. So that sun is going to clip onto that node, and we're going to feel that intensity. So this is where I feel like you have to get into the fun of what Gemini is. Gemini is mutable. It is a fun and it is a positive sign. So coming into that positiveness, right? It means worst week ever. Already planned the road trip with girlfriends this morning to put all behind me. Wow. Worst week. And this energy that's coming in with the nodes is huge with not only the nodes, with the eclipse is huge transformation. I feel, and as I've said, the intensity that's coming in with these nodes and with this eclipse is going to bring forth for us where we're not going to be going back. Like, there is no going back. There's so much change coming in for a lot of us. And a lot of anger was coming up. I was dealing with a lot of people who are pissed off. And that's why I said, if you got readings, let me know. Let's get you guys booked in. Because I had people coming back after 5-6 years. And I'm just like, wow. First of all, I have to go through all of them, figure out when did you, I don't remember who you are, and get you, because I don't want to dishonor anybody who's paid me money. But if you've waited 5 years and you've held 5 years for a reading, I almost want to say it's your loss. The reason why you buy readings is to utilize them up during that time, not to save them up for 10 years later or 5 years later. So, I mean, that's, as a business person, it's hard to hang on to all of that after a while. You try and honor and you try to do your best because, of course, you want to be honorable with what you are doing. But the other thing, too, it's like, okay, I don't remember you purchasing it and whatever else. And people can get real bitchy about that. Or they want an appointment now. So if I call you now, I want to book in now. And it's like, well, no, I don't have space for you right now. So there's a lot of people, because I believe mental illness, things that are going on are really like, I need this now. And well, a lot of people just can't book you in right now. You got to book ahead. You got to make sure that the whole bit. It doesn't matter, whatever business. Not every business can just take you in and have you right away. So I find a lot of people are really getting pushy. Their anxiety's raising. There's a lot of anxiety raising. That Jupiter-Pluto is getting very strong and very intense. And that energy that's coming together, that's going to make some transitions. And by Monday coming, we got Neptune that's going to be going retrograde. So we've got Neptune that's really going to be, going retrograde next week. So there is this such feeling of transformation. And Mars is opposing Pluto and Neptune. They're opposite, or Neptune and Jupiter. So there's an opposition there. So there's a lot of awakening that's happening for people. And I think that that has to do with breakups and things. So a lot of awakening that's going on, and transformation that's coming in. Lots of different shadow work needs to be done. And I've been saying this for fuck's sake, to people, that there is shadow work. Are you doing your shadow work? Or people don't know what shadow work is. If you don't know, Google it and start to discover. Your shadow work is the side that you don't want to look at with your own selves. The shadow work is that part of you that you don't want to admit. So going into that part and owning it, not disowning it, not dissing it, but owning it, because that part, that shadow, that bitch girl, that inner mean girl, is a part of you that has brought you to a certain point, gave you that stamina that you needed, allowed for you to stand up for yourself in whatever the situation is. So this is where this, is coming forth for us all, and taking a deep look at where we are wanting to go and what we are wanting to do. So we need to start looking at more, and you guys are going to love this, more internal work. But that's the thing is because you don't want to get distracted by the media. You don't want to get distracted by all the other that is going on, with Neptune and that. You don't want to get distracted with all of that. And with him going retrograde, he goes retrograde for like 5 months. So really, really regressing backwards over a lot of things that we have moved forward on. So there is going to be a lot of energy that, that's going to come back up, and be sort of repetitive, especially when it comes to media. So a lot of repetitiveness when it comes to the media and energies with the media. Oh, great. Roll the eyes. and especially with what's been happening over the last 6 months. So we can see that, from that December and January eclipses that happened. And where the eclipse happened was right along the energies and the degrees with Wuhan. And now we're finding that these eclipses are coming in and along the border of China and India. So there's going to be some real crazy disruptions that are going to be pushing us into an awakening there, and bringing into a huge awakening that's going to be coming in. And I think the world sometimes doesn't want to pay attention, right? Doesn't want to pay attention to that. But, Our Lady of Fatima, when she was bringing the rosary down, and she brought in different prophecies. One was to do with Russia, and to pray for Russia because they losing their soul or losing themselves without having faith or spirituality in God. And also with China, because China will lose their way and look for ways that are other than that of God, and look to that of what's man-made. And if you look at of all what China is all about man-made stuff. They make things. Everything has to do with the government and how the government is run, and pleasing the government. So this is all about what is man-made and not what is God-made, like the spirituality. They lost that spiritual essence. And also there's been a lot of talk about disruptions of happening in Brazil. But going to the astrology, I'm getting China and Peru, which makes sense to me because when the Kundalini of the earth, I need a little help, $3,000. So do I. Send it to me, baby. I'll give you my email. I take e-transfer. Send it. The Kundalini of the earth moved from that center, from where it was in India, and going down from where the alignment came from India to the Middle East, into around Jordan and Israel, going up through to that of India and parts of China, and it moved, that center moved and came into where it is aligned along the mountain ranges in around China, Peru, going all the way up into all the way up the Rockies through Mexico, all the way up into Canada and into the north. So the Kundalini moved. So there's huge spirituality movements that have moved into that area, and bringing that energy to where it is now. That moved in and around, I would say it started about 2007, 2008. So it can be in an alignment for the 2012. And so, in going further with the 2012, and it took many different people in setting up different energy lines and vortexes in order to have that moved. So, and bringing in that new energy of the Earth's Kundalini, right? And bringing that energy in. So we're just ignoring you. So whatever, it's a charitable assistance for disability. I just like fuck off. That new Kundalini energy coming in for us into an alignment in order for us to start to look into greater energies with us. You guys it's hard for me because I'm on where I am. It's hard for me to stop him or whatever. So if you guys are able to knock him out, you can. And that's where a lot of the astrology is coming in and coming down from Uranus, and where Uranus is stationed with the world and coming into that area. So, and Uranus also is going over parts of where the oil fields are. So disruptions within the oil fields. So we're going to be finding a lot of changes, transformations that are going to be coming in. Money changes, how money's, dealing with money. Another crash is probably coming, or something. Economic restraints are coming in somewhere because of where Jupiter, Pluto are with New York. So there is a lot of, and we get this, and of course I pull out the 7 of Cups today. And so we get distracted. There's so many things. Oh, what do I want? Where do I want to go? And so we overlook of everything. So maybe we focus on one thing so we don't have to deal, so maybe we don't have to deal with the energies. We don't have to deal with what else is going on. So we'll focus on maybe just work. So people become workaholics. They don't focus on their relationships. They're not focusing on other things that are around them. And so they get into the disillusions of everything. And then they find that, oh, well, why is everybody all pissed off at me? Why aren't things going into my alignment to what I want, to what I want to happen? I don't want him up there. I just want to try and, I don't know. Anyways, and looking at those disillusionments that are going on. So just want to get chat. Oh, what do I want to do? Okay, no. anyways, and looking into that disillusionments that that are coming in, and with that will allow for the sun to come out and allow for sun to be shining and allow for that sun to come forth in and around us. So I feel many times that shifting is going to be somewhat it's going to be a big thing for us right now, and shifting is going to be especially within our own selves and how we need to shift, and especially this weekend's going to be big. So taking time, doing something for the summer solstice. I'm doing, and I sent out to my group for the cacao and joining the cacao ceremony if they want to do that, and a few other ceremonies if you are wanting to join different ceremonies. I feel I want to join a ceremony this weekend. I don't want to really put one on, if that makes any sense. I feel like I really want to be a participant. I really want to work within this energy to gain within this new moon. I believe this is a moon of us really working on a lot of internal energies within our own selves and doing that. So this guy's gone up from 3,000 to 4,000 and stuff. So if anybody's on Periscope, if you're able to ban him or whatever, because I have to figure that out, how to do that on my own on this end. So this is where I feel it's important for us to start to look at things in new ways. Just 1 second. Let me see if I can do this. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Sorry. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Whoopsie. Sorry. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Whoopsie. Sorry. Deepak Chopra's on at the same time I am. Whoopsie. Sorry. There. Sorry. I can't block him. I tried. I think I just did. That's why there was so much feedback. And Deepak is on too. He's doing the anatomy of the anatomy of experience, part 20, navigating reality. He's lost a lot of weight. Hold on, come back here. Look at him. He's lost a lot of weight since he's been in. I don't know, maybe he's sick. Anybody see that? Or maybe he's just on a new diet. He looks like his son with the weight loss. I can see his son. Anyways. So, weird. Crazy energies coming in. You just got to go with the flow, man. And allow yourself to go with the flow. Any questions? I'm going to open it up. Do you guys have any questions right now on things? Hardly looks like him. I know. It hardly looks like him. Oh, Deborah. Yeah. He does look sick. Anybody have any questions on what are you guys focusing on in your life right now? What is your main focus? What are you doing within your own self? And what are you focusing on? Is there anything particular that you are doing right now? Any meditations? Are you involved in anything right now that you want to continue on? Or are you just humming along and just life is just tickety-boo? right now in your world? I'm just curious. Focusing on intentions. Nice. Nice. Is there a particular intentions that you are wanting to focus on? Way busy forever? And what type of intentions that you're focusing on? Because I love it when we can share this, because it might help other people, because other people might be trying to figure out something that they are wanting to do. Feeling very unfocused. Ah, okay. Yeah, trying to find clarity. Was doing the violet flame, but schoolwork is too heavy. So maybe you just have to tone it down. Oh, your heart, focusing on intentions of the heart. Healing. I feel healing is happening. You're wanting healing there. I feel healing coming in for you and wanting healing. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm still in my canoe. And you're still in your canoe. Sherry's still in her canoe. Other best and others' best interest, yes. So Sherry's still going along in her canoe, which is fine. I think that's awesome. You know, this is when we start looking at things and what we, you know, what is our thing, you know, bought a book to learn more. Good. That's great, Candace, learning about astrology and stuff. So what book did you buy? What book are you utilizing? Candace. So for learning astrology. A lot of my astrology, I took classes online. I did a lot of classes online. And that's how I learned my astrology, and just following different going home for the first time in 25 years. What? Whoa. That's a while. That's a while. Where's home, Heather? Heather Jelly. So a lot of I've taken a lot of classes. When I've come into a lot of my stuff that I've learned, you're breaking up really bad at my end. Oops, sorry. Maybe if I come. Astrology Made Easy, a guide to understanding your birth chart. Oh, right on. Way to go. Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while to understand everything, because astrology has so many different layers to it and so many parts. So it takes time, and it's honoring your journey upon it, right? Take lots of notes, you know, because every time even when I look at my chart, I always see something different, or there's something else that I have to focus on, right? French River, Ontario. Ooh. Knollville. Wow. Well, I hope it's a fabulous journey for you, Heather. And I hope it's joyous that you are going home. I hope it's not anything ominous, but I hope it's a fabulous journey for you in going home and enjoying that. And from Calgary, are you driving? Road trip? Are you flying out? So, yeah, I mean, this is really a nice time to start to look at different things, even taking short trips and journeys and stuff to different places. But yeah, I have nothing more for you guys today. My brain has just gone, and thank you for sharing everything with me. And I have the tarot classes coming up next week, the tarot bone casting, all of that fun stuff we're going to be talking about starting on the 24th. So if you want to join me, get a hold of me. You can PM me at the Guru Mama, or you can PM me or email me at thegurumama@gmail.com. Have a fabulous day, everybody. Just go with the energies, just go with the flow. Yes, the girlfriend are coming and to get me and my doggy. Woo, road trip. And enjoy the road trip. Take lots of pictures. you know, log it, log it. I'm like, log your trip, you know, and enjoy the journey and transformation that it'll bring to you. It'll be fabulous. So have a fabulous, so much blessings to you. I'm going to send St. Christopher to be with you upon your journey as you travel, to make sure everything goes safe. And have a great one, everybody. And we will talk to you tomorrow and bring you the weekend report. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you do and all that you be. Blessed be. Bye-bye.